Secret formula for how to show interest in a woman you're attracted to requires safety and stimulation. And even though you watched my other video with the 3 T's of flirting, teasing, touching, and tension, how do you create tension when you haven't even met her yet? Or what if you're at the gym or walking down the street? You need to do something quick or you might lose your chance forever. Okay, so let's look at a specific example of how to show interest without being needy when you haven't even met her yet. If you're new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen. Welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. So the first step to creating attraction in a woman that you haven't met yet and creating a level of tension and uncertainty is by body language. Now, yes, confidence is part of that, but there's another part that you might be a little bit surprised by. But first, let's look at confidence. So as I've mentioned in other videos, women need to feel safe and stimulated. So how to show interest without being needy must include both confident body language and comfortable body language. So what do I mean by this? Let's look at an example and it'll make more sense. So let's say you've noticed a girl and she's over there, and over there being far enough away that other people would hear you if you had to actually say something she would hear, but close enough that you can actually make eye contact and know you're making eye contact with her. Coffee shop is a good example. So she's over there, you haven't met her yet, but she's showing some signs of interest. Again, watch my video on subtle to super obvious signs of interest if you're not sure. But let's say you're kind of sure that she's also at least intrigued by you. What do? You can playfully use the old "you looking at me" gesture. What's the "you looking at me" gesture? It's like this. You looking at me? And if you are playful about it and or exaggerate, more on exaggeration in a minute, then if she is interested in you, she might giggle or blush or look down or look away, but she's going to look back at you a few times and either say, yeah, or if she's shy, she might be like, look down. And if she's definitely not interested, she's going to be like, no, sorry. Or she's just going to turn away from you. Like her whole body will turn away and she will try not to look back at you because she doesn't want to give you a false impression that she is interested. If she only looks back at you once after a few minutes, furtively, quickly, it might be because she wants to make sure you're not traveling over to see her, because then she's going to bolt. She's going to make like Basil and bolt. But if she is interested, she might blush or continue to look back at you. Now, you'll want to make eye contact, hold it for a little bit, and then kind of look away and smile like, you caught her checking you out. Now, depending on your personality, and you may have to gather up some gumption and confidence to do this. In fact, you probably will have to. But you can either exaggerate through goofiness, who me, or through mysteriousness, who me. Now, you have to be super confident to throw that wink in there, and or you have to be absolutely certain she is interested in you, or absolutely unaffected by rejection, because that is definitely a more bold move, which will either work really well if she is interested, if she has a high level of interest, or will fizzle and burn if her level of interest is medium to 0. Now, if she indicates no in a respectful way, like, oh, sorry, no, then you can just close up. You can bookend the flirt with an exaggerated sad face. Right? So it's like that shows her that you have the confidence within yourself to not be affected by rejection. If she's a little bit on the fence at that moment, she might be like, okay, well, maybe I did change my mind. So this shows you the confident part of body language, and we're going to get to the comfortable part in a moment. But first, I just want to mention about how exaggeration and humor eases tension. Now, as you know, if you watch my other video on flirting, teasing, touching, and tension must be present for interest, intrigue, and arousal to be able to increase, for that to flourish in the potential relationship, whatever length it might be, as in relationship, not something else. Anyway, So you want to use humor and exaggeration when you want to reduce tension from a potentially embarrassing or awkward moment, but you want to keep the tension in there when she's interested, because this tension, sexual tension, increases the potential for her to be attracted to you. Okay, now, if you haven't done this before, it's going to feel uncomfortable for sure, and you're going to get rejected. You got to go in there knowing you're going to get rejected. But if your ego needs a little boost, which is understandable because women can be mean, but if you get rejected in a way that's rude and you feel like you want to take your power back because somehow that's made you lose it, you get to a point where it really won't fluster you. But if you're at that point where it might still fluster you, or you're like, what a see you next Tuesday she is, then instead of like looking like you're affected, when she's looked away after basically rudely rejecting you, rolling her eyes or making some kind of negative facial expression, if it's overtly negative, then you can laugh it off just loud enough she might hear. If you laugh too loud with the intention of making her hear, she's going to know that that was intended, and she's just going to assume you're insecure. But if you're just like, all right, she might hear that from over there. Other people will probably hear and look at you. But if you're amused by her rejection, you win, no matter what. You win because you didn't let her fluster you, and you win because you dodged a nasty Nelly. You're welcome. Don't be a nasty Nelly. If there's any women watching this, oh, look, sunlight on me. I got to change that. Be right back. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so where were we? We were, ladies, don't be nasty. There's never a reason to be rude. Even if he's rude, don't be rude. Stop it. Stop being nasty out there. If you're good looking and you're approached 100 times a day, be thankful that you have options. And if you're on the rag and having a crap day, still be nice. And if you can't be nice in that moment, go pay it forward somewhere else. All right. I'm ranting. I'm ranting. I'm not even on the rag. Anyways, back to you. If you get rejected, stay in your masculine frame. Your attitude is her loss, not mine. Okay. Back to the coffee shop. And this is not my coffee shop approach in one of my freebies. I think it's in a freebie. Anyway, so let's say she has indicated some level of interest. Like, you looking at me? And she's like, maybe, or ha ha ha, or whatever she does, she's either still engaging with you or she keeps looking back. So then you just wave her over. Come on over. So that's a safe way. So here's where we go into comfortable body language. You're not just like approaching her from left field and she's not prepared. You're inviting her over to talk to you. If she is interested, she'll probably come over. But if she's really good at game, she'll wave you over. Now, at this point, if she's coming to you or you going to her, if she's interested enough to say, no, you come over here, you go over there. It's okay. You're not going to lose any strength or power by going to her, because you're going to go to her with the attitude of qualifying her. And I've shared how to do that in my other video on flirting, how to use a neg or a disqualifier. Now, if she's interested but shy, she might look down or look away. I did another video on what it means when she looks at you. There's 3 different ways that she'll look away that will determine 3 levels of interest: high interest, low interest, no interest. I'll link that at the end. Anyways, if she's shy, a good way of gauging that is that she keeps looking back at you. In which case, if she's not giving you a negative reaction, you might be safe in going over there. Now, why the wave over approach can work is because women need to feel safe and women need to feel stimulated. Women are attracted to confidence, bravery, and risk takers. It requires a risk to show your interest, wave her over, but it keeps her feeling comfortable and safe by letting her go to you or making it an invite instead of an intrusion. Again, not the same thing as last call at the club. Women prep themselves, they go there, they're going for a reason. Might not be sex, but there's probably a higher chance of that at the club. So you have to sort of take that into consideration when you're approaching a woman in a non-meat market type place, on the street, in a coffee shop, at the gym, etc. Part of the reason some women like bad boys, at least initially, the good ones don't stay with them. Good, high-value women do not stay with true bad boys. But initially they're attracted to them because they exude confidence and bravery and risk-taking. Those are attractive traits. This is why romantic comedies are still so appealing to women. Usually what happens in a romantic comedy, there's a male lead and he wants the girl, but he lacks these things, bravery, confidence, and risk-taking. So he doesn't get the girl, and he goes through all these obstacles until he finally develops the qualities of confidence, bravery, and risk-taking to get the girl. And in real life, if you can display confidence, bravery, and risk-taking, that shows a whole bunch of masculine proofs she's looking for, even if she doesn't even know it, and it creates stimulation. What do women need? Right, safety and stimulation. And the comfortable part of the body language is the invite part. So whether she comes to you because you're waving her over, or she's indicated it's okay to go and talk to her, that makes her feel safe. She's invited you in. She's made the choice hers. So here's where it's, again, not just about you chasing her. In fact, you shouldn't chase her at all. Watch my chasing versus pursuing video. But if it's her choice to allow the interaction, then she's more invested already. And your casual approach with confident but comfortable body language, where you're just at ease in the situation, is going to make her feel even more comfortable. Because what? Women mirror your feelings. So if you're comfortable and at ease, she'll feel comfortable and at ease. And then you get your butt over there and start working on the other two, teasing and touching, which I again went through in my other video. I'll link at the end. And which you will want to watch, because if you've gotten this far, you don't want to get over there and then screw it up, because you have to know where and when to touch her to make her feel safe, but also stimulated. And you need to know how to tease her to make her feel intrigued and to want to qualify for you without turning her off. And you'll need to maintain a level of sexual stimulation, or the only place you'll be slipping into is the friend zone, my friend. So if you want to know more specifics on how to show interest without being needy, how to flirt with a woman you're attracted to, and make her instantly want more, then head over and watch that video now. And if you want to be a little bit more certain that she actually is interested, then you'll want to watch my slightly embarrassing 25 signs she's flirting or showing interest, where I give you examples. And now I see the light. Thanks for being here. God bless.